Hi fans of high quality entertainment. I'm ranking and reviewing all of Paul McCartney's albums, including Wings. And up next is Venus and Mars from 1975. And I've got of course, the deluxe archive edition of this. You can see it kind of warps here. I'm not happy. So my history with Venus and Mars. By the mid-70s, I was more interested in Paul McCartney because Band on the Run was so great. And I remember my best friend at the time was a big Paul McCartney fan too, and so he bought this. And memory's kind of faded because I'm old. But I think I did buy the album too, on vinyl, of course. And I liked it. But I know that some Beatles fan or some Paul McCartney fans like this as much or maybe even a little bit more than Band on the Run. And like I said, it is a good album, but I do have little issues with it, not major ones. I'll show you a picture of the band here. There they are. My first issue with the album is the production, not necessarily all of the songs, but the first song, Venus and Mars and Rock Show. The Rock Show song, there's just a little something off with the production. It's a little flat or something. I've read about Paul McCartney not being very happy with the mix of at least that song, Rock Show. And also, he wasn't really, later on, he was thinking that the lyrics to the song are not his favorite. And they never have been my favorite too, like when he's talking about Jimmy Page and everything and scoring an ounce. I don't know, I just didn't care for it back in the mid-70s. And it seemed a bit of a forced rocker. And I think it's much better in the Wings Over America live album and the film, of course. It just seems a little bit of a stiff recording for Rock Show. But I still do like it. And I especially love that little crazy part near the end of it. Yeah, in my green metal suit, I'm preparing to shoot up the city. I love that part of it. And of course, it's a great concert opener. And then Lovin' Song is, I don't think it's talked about that much, but it is a classic Paul McCartney and Wings song. Great vocals and just a beautiful song. The other thing I wanted to say was, I think the track listing, I think it would have been better if it's Venus and Mars, Rock Show, good start. But I think it slowed down a bit too quickly, and I think after Rock Show they should have had Magneto and Titanium Man, and then Lovin' Song, You Gave Me the Answer, and then ending side one with Letting Go. But anyway, Lovin' Song is great. You Gave Me the Answer is sort of like the Beatles' Honey Pie, that 20s, 30s kind of music, and it's really well done. I think it's excellent. Magneto and Titanium Man, I think a lot of Wings and Paul McCartney fans love that song, as do I. Very catchy. Letting Go, I think Letting Go isn't talked about as much. The song Let Me Roll It, which I mentioned for the Band on the Run review, that guitar riff is excellent, but it gets a little repetitive. I think that Letting Go, of the two songs, I think Letting Go is the better song. It has a great guitar solo, and it's just a very cool track. Side 2, Venus and Mars Reprise, is nice. Spirits of Ancient Egypt is catchy. I like that. Very good. And then Medicine Jar, written and sung by Jimmy McCullough. Of course, it has to do with drugs, and he wrote a couple of those kind of songs, like a warning type thing. And of course, he didn't listen to his own songwriting, did he? But Medicine Jar is excellent. Call Me Back Again is another... Call Me Back Again could have been on Red Rose Speedway. It would fit nicely on there, but it's a great song and it fits well on Venus and Mars. Listen to What the Man Said is another very catchy song I really love. Then Treat Her Gently, Lonely Old People is good, but not one of my favorites from the album. And then ending with a snippet of Crossroads, which is from some British TV show, I believe, which is nice. Nice way to end the album. So overall, it is a very good album. I like Band on the Run more, or I love Band on the Run more, but still, it's a very strong follow-up to Band on the Run. And in my ranking, it's going to be in last place, but like I said, I still think it's a very good album. He's just got a lot of great albums. And I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10. I would love your thoughts on Venus and Mars in the comment section below. Oh, and by the way, this was also around the time he put out the awesome single Junior's Farm, one of his best rockers. It would have been nice if it had been on Venus and Mars, right? But anyway, that's it for my review. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Please remember to like the video and leave a comment below.